Domain from Speyside, was it? It was. Well, what conclusion can we draw from this? The conclusion is this: the domain of the project is often fed and very tasty. Despite the fact that often activities there are limited by 1 or 2 transactions, which means that the costs in time are simply minimal. Yes, and I mentioned only to projects, and they can easily be called from a dozen. For example, SNS, Freename, Bonfida, and a bunch of others. According to many of them, by the way, I made posts in my Telegram channel, which means that any of you could easily withdraw these drops. Everything is open to the public. Therefore, today we will analyze one extremely promising domain project, and the activities there are completely free, and the drop is already confirmed. Well, on top of that, as a bonus, we will look at another SUI project with direct support from the SUI Foundation. So, watch the video to the very end. It will contain extremely useful information. And before we get down to business, I will ask you right now to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and click on the bell so as not to miss my content. For you, it's simple, and it increases my motivation to create more and more content. I fell, get up, fall. And all the links needed for today's work will be found in a detailed text guide in my Telegram channel. There, you will also find my Telegram chat, in which I answer all your questions 24/7. Links will be in the description and pinned comment. Plus, I remind you about my third draw for 15 UST. The awards to the past winners have already been sent out. Everyone is happy and satisfied. To participate, you just need to subscribe to the YouTube channel and leave a comment with your Telegram username under this video. And now we can move on to the work. The first project for today is the D3 project and their newly launched testnet product, Doma. The D3 team has raised $30 million from top funds such as Paradigm, Shima Capital, Coinbase, and many others. And this is clearly not all 100%. There will be more rounds, and they can easily reach $100 million. A week ago, they launched their new Doma tool in the testnet, confirming the drop in activity at the same time. Although it may seem boring and unimportant to you, the project will allow you to tokenize domains, essentially turning them into tokens. Accordingly, you can perform all the accompanying manipulations with it. In fact, we are witnessing an absolutely new technology. Yes, the very technologies for which all these projects are created. This is a huge plus and utility. After all, this is not another revolutionary L2. So, let's get started. Go to the D3 site in the test version, connect your wallet and email. At the very top of the page, write any domain, select the one with the inscription AI, and add it to the basket. In the open window, click Continue at the bottom and start entering data. Everything except the email can be entered completely randomly. With the phone number, it is important that it is in the correct format. For example, I just chose the phone number of my country with random numbers, and everything passed. After filling everything in, click Checkout at the very bottom of the page and enter the code that came to your email. When everything is filled, click Buy Now and enter this card. Do not be afraid your card is not needed here. This is a testnet, everything is free here. Just enter random numbers and click Checkout. If it gives an error, then we take the data from my Telegram chat. They work 100%. Now click on the My Assets button in your profile. Under your domain, there will be a tokenized domain button. Select the Sepolia network and confirm with approval. Naturally, for transactions, you need Test Sepolia Ether. If for some reason you still don't have it in your account, you can find the links to the faucet in my Telegram. Now we can go to the Doma website. Here you will need to connect your email and go to the portfolio section, where we will see our domain and click the bridge button. From below, we can choose which network to transfer the domain to. I advise you to create 2 domains and transfer them to both networks. If you are too lazy to do 2, then we throw them into the Doma testnet network. After that, we go to the profile section and take our referral link. We invite 3 friends to it, as well as fill in the profile data. As soon as you complete all these conditions, you will get a first day badge, an obvious mark of early activity, so it's better to do it. By the way, the deadline is July 31st for this badge. Keep this in mind. As a top activity, we can perform tasks on Galaxy from A to Z. They are not necessary specifically for this testnet, but if there is a desire, then we kindly ask. As they say, there are both paid and free tasks. There is nothing complicated about them. You can figure it out yourself. And that's where we ended the project. Now, let's move on to the second promised project. Magma Finance is a DEX and liquid protocol on SUI. So far, they have not disclosed the data about their collections, but they are directly supported by the SUI Foundation. This means that at least from them, there is already an investment. In addition, there are a bunch of mentions from SUI on Twitter. On June 24, they launched a campaign to farm points, for which the airdrop is very likely. We will be active on Galaxy. There are standard tasks with the transition to the page, likes, reposts on Twitter, and, of course, daily check-ins. Of the more interesting tasks, there's a quiz of 4 questions. You will find the answers where? Right, in my tag guide. Of course, there is a task in Discord. There will be small features. After clicking on the link, click on the button to complete at the top of the page. We tick and then go to the Verify branch. Notice, it does not automatically throw you there. There we pass the standard verification and go to the Roles branch. Then click on Emoji, and scrolling a little higher, we will see the requirements that are needed to get all the roles. Do as much as you can. And of course, after completing the task, do not forget to paste the points on Galaxy. The project, in addition to Galaxy, of course, also has the site itself. Here is a completely standard set of DEXs. We do swaps of different tokens and replenish liquidity pools. At the same time, there is a tab for points, which are farmed for swaps, liquidity pools, daily activities, and invitations for raffling. If possible, of course, it will be better to farm here too. It is not in vain that this tab was added. That's all the activities for today. I advise you to pay special attention to D3 with their Doma. And at the end, I remind you about the draw. Subscribe to YouTube and leave a comment. And of course, do not forget about Telegram. All the information comes out as quickly as possible.